Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm here at Productronica 2017 on the SCOOPstudio, and I'm joined by three gentlemen to discuss coexisting with Cobots. We have Alessandro from ASM, we have Michael from KUKA, and Alfred from CTS. Guys, thanks for joining me. First of all, I just want to explore where you are with respect to robotics from your point of view, from an equipment vendor in the industry, and then from you guys' point of view as kind of entrance into the SMT world and how you're making your technology work. Yes. Alejandro, starting with you, what do you see as the opportunities for Cobots on the SMT floor?
At the beginning, we see as the material management is very strong. So the Cobots, to use the Cobots in all directions, material management and the material handling in the line and outside the line. After the production, also in the SMT line, how to handle also the material after that. This is a very important point.
Yeah, and Michael, from your point of view, you're working with ASM, but you're working with other companies as well. What are you doing in the SMT environment with the KUKA robots at the moment?
Yeah, I would say from the KUKA side, from the robotics side, at the moment we are focusing on two technologies: is the mobility, the mobile robotics, and human-robot collaboration. In the electronics, or SMT business, we see a very high potential. For we call it the supermarket application, bring the parts from point A to point B. This is, from our side, this is really the application with the highest potential, with the high volume. So we focus on the supermarket application, and also we focus on the load, unload of material to the SMT assembly machines or to the reflow soldering machines. So, yeah. So I would say this is our focus at the moment in the electronics industry.
And Alfred, from your point of view, what are you doing with the partners you're working with in the SMT environment?
Yeah, in the SMT environment, we mainly focus on the AIVs, so the automated intelligent vehicles, so to supply the material automatically to the SMT lines, and also grab it at the end of the line, and if you have a further process, bring it to the next line, so in fully automatic, so that the operator does not have to make this material transport by himself, and he can focus on checking the lines and making all the processes to keep the line running. And the second one is the introduction of the collaborative robots more and more into the SMT lines. For example, pick and place direct next to the operator without having these foreign known fences and so on, so that you have more and more the robot and the human directly working next to each other.
Yeah, and that collaboration is really important. You've got a couple of demos working at the show, one on, I think, the Fuji booth and another on the Asus booth. Tell me what's going on there.
On both at the Fuji stand and also at Asus, we have our AIVs running, and on the Asus we really demonstrate like a real production environment. So the AIVs is moving through the people. It is fully conform to do that, and it is fully connected to the Pulse network of Asus. So there is an HEV framework from CTS and the Pulse network from Asus, and so we get directly from the production line the request, hey, please grab this full PCB magazine and bring it to the next line to the Asus loader. And then the AAV system automatically creates an order. One of the AAVs is moving to the end of the line, grabs the full magazine and brings it back. And there is also a second AAV there, so we demonstrate also the coexisting of different applications and different AAVs with different possibilities working directly next to each other over in one fleet.
Okay, and Michael, from a point of view of KUKA, when you look at how the people coexist with the robotics, you're known for large robotics that we often see inside cages. How big a challenge is that? How big a change is that for you to manage?
I would say we call it always the social demands. So that the point is, first of all, you need the understanding and the acceptance by the worker. If not, it will not work. So we have to work on this topic. First of all, the second is when you see the the demographic change, the aging of the people, you need to automatize like a hell. Like we notice better like in the electronics in the automotive tier 1 supplier industry, they have the highest speed. They need to automatize like a hell. So, but of course, when you talk about cobots, always we talk about fenceless applications, because these guys need to automatize to strengthen, to higher the efficiency, to higher quality, to increase the flexibility. So they want to use the robots without a fence. Yeah? But then you have to take a look about the cycle time. Yeah? So you have to double check. If you want to use a cobot, you take a look to the cycle time, and first of all you take a look to the process. Maybe need to change the process using then the robots or the cobots, and then it will work. Yeah. If you only do this, as we noticed in several discussions with the auto tier 1 customers, okay, take a look, do an audit in the workshops, in the fabs, take a look there. Is there a chance to exchange the work? And then it will not work normally. Sometimes, but normally it will not work. So first of all, take a look onto the process, go into the details, and then you have a chance to use the cobots.
Yeah. And that's how you achieve the most value. Alessandro, when I look at it from your point of view, you've got to integrate them into the other solutions. You've got placement, you've got SPI, you've got printing, and you're able to look at the holistic line. Is it a question now that we're rethinking the way we design lines? So designing lines for cobots, designing lines for the smart factory, for Industry 4.0?
We should be also thinking about to redesign the line in terms of line. If we integrate the cobots, the AFI within the line, the same. So moving also machine, moving the PCB example also for one machine to another, breaking example the line concept. Force a line, but I can use also different line that can machine a PCB moving from one line to one machine to another machine in the line. This is one idea that we have also for the future, is breaking completely also this kind of way. The other thing is that I use both. I use the AFI in my production, and I use also even also the cobots as a robot inside the production. As you say, also the people should accept this. It's really true. Actually, so far my employees give already a name to the robots. It's the Paul. And Paul is, of course, he's in trainee program at the moment and is working just on one station, but it's definitely a part coexisting with the robots. The people should accept this one, and they just know, okay, this is not an enemy. It's a friend. It's something that helps you during the production. And take away. I need the people for other jobs. Yeah. And we use AFI also for moving material from our finished product, from our place, also to our production, inside production, electronic manufacturing, to our machine manufacturing. We move parts also from one place to the other. This is it's a coexisting, definitely.
Yeah, and it's that coexisting that's really important. So last question for everybody on the panel, and I'll start with Alfred. Where do you see this development going? What do you see happening next? How big is the robotic opportunity in the electronic manufacturing services world?
Enormous. If you take a look now into the production lines, you see not that much robots and automation. Like Michael said, there is so much potential there, and I think especially the automotive industry is should be like an idol for us, because they have already automated really a lot. And there is a lot of potential also in the electronic manufacturing, and I think especially if you have an application for a collaborative robot, it is absolutely correct. You really have to take a deeper look into the application. Does it really fit in there to use a cobot in terms of lower cycle times and so on? Because such robots are normally, it depends on the type, but maybe not that accurate like a normal industrial robot, or at least not that fast. But anyway, if you have, for example, a process, just fitting a connector on the PCB, for example, which is a very monotonous work for an operator. This is a very good application, for example, for a Cobot, because the Cobot doesn't get tired. Of course, he may be not that fast, but he doesn't go to the toilet, he doesn't get tired, and he always puts the connector in with the same force. These are applications you really have to focus on that. Okay, where do I have a manual work which is monotone, maybe causes quality problems, and then you also can say, hey, maybe I have a bit less cycle time, but I have increased my product quality, and my operator can do other things which also increases maybe another product quality. And I think this is we have to change our point of view on that thing.
Yeah, and we need to change our thinking, and it's what you said. It's robotic design, it's robotic thinking. So not thinking about this is the way the humans do the process. Let's make the robot do the same. What do you think the future is for robotics in the electronic manufacturing space? You see a very big opportunity there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But nevertheless, I would say we already started. And as we see it, beside the electronics, also in the other industries like auto tier 1 machinery industry, the companies now, first of all, they started with we call it this light tower projects, and now they started to evaluate really applications able to multiply it in the worldwide fabs. There. This is important, and we started with these customers to evaluate which kind of applications they really can use to start with the first application. We have a higher engineering effort, and then in a second step you can multiply it in the worldwide fabs. This is the way, and the company started already to evaluate these solutions. So we're in the phase of the evaluation of this application. The next phase is then really roll out worldwide. From the statistics or from the outlook 2020, 2021, we see about 40 to 50,000 Cobot human-robot collaboration applications worldwide about. And in 2025, about 150 to 200,000 Cobots. Okay. So this is amazing.
Yeah,
it's a huge number.
Yeah, it's big numbers. And the guys mentioned the automotive industry as an industry that we should idolize, that we should consider as a benchmark. You see more and more robots obviously appearing in not just the way you manufacture products, but the way you provide solutions to your customers.
Of course, so definitely. This is for our customer. We want us to provide this solution as to our customer, or make the customer able to use this solution at on site if they have robots, to create interface, also to communicate. It's an important point, communication also from one machine to the other machine. And this is an important point. So, of course, as a producer for machine in the SMT manufacturing, then we have to, of course, also go in this way, definitely.
Yeah, and that whole smart thing, that whole connectivity is a key part of it. Right. So I'm sure that's all being well taken care of. Gentlemen, thanks very much for your time. Thanks for stopping by to talk to me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.